let's talk about the 4 teams remaining in the playoffs. I'm just kidding, there's Leafs news. Preds took a 2-1 lead, that's nice. The Leafs signed a couple guys you've never heard of. Did you see what Ryan Johansson said about Ryan Kessler? Yeah, well, did you see that the Leafs signed a guy with an Exante Gu in his name? Sorry. The Leafs signed 2 free agent defensemen from Sweden. Their names are Calle Rosen and Andreas Borgman, and both deals are 2-year entry-level contracts. So, who the hell are they? Now, I always love signings like this, whether it's for the Leafs or anybody else, because there's already so many opinions on a player pretty much nobody's seen. Alright, tell me your favorite moment involving either of these players that doesn't involve the World Hockey Championship. Like, look at this. The news story about this signing on sportsnet.ca, which I highly recommend you read, already has 325 comments! There's a few that say, who? Scroll up and read the thing you're commenting on, brainwave! I'm getting away from the topic. Alright, good signing or bad signing? No. Let's just look at the details. Calle Rosen is 23 years old. Andreas Borgman is 21. They are both left-shooting defensemen. Whenever I see something like that, and I know the Leafs like to fly close to the sun when it comes to the 50-man roster limit, I go to Cap Friendly to see who's about to lose their job. Not necessarily. I've seen a lot of people going, oh, Calle Rosen might look good in the NHL next season. Well, first of all, how do you know? Second of all, geez, that's a big jump. But, coincidentally, the Leafs only have 2 left-handed D who are unrestricted free agents. Matt Hunwick, who was in the NHL, and Andrew Campbell, who was the captain of the Marlies. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it is true. Rosen had 6 goals, 13 assists for 19 points in 41 games on the, I'm gonna say, Vaxjo Lakers in Sweden? Vaxjo, that's how it's spelled. That made him his team's 2nd leading scoring defenseman. We will get back to that. Andreas Borgman, this is fun. He's the 21-year-old, he's younger, therefore you would assume more room to grow. He was named the SHL Rookie of the Year. Some of you are probably rolling your eyes. Alright, he was Rookie of the Year in Sweden. Who else has done that? Glad you asked. According to TheLeafsNation.com, Andreas Janssen, who is a Leafs prospect, Johan Larsson, Matthias Ekholm, Jakob Markstrom, Victor Hedman, Patrick Hornqvist, Nicholas Backstrom, Louis Eriksson, Tobias Enberg, and Henrik Zetterberg. Those are 9 NHL players and some damn very good ones in a 14-year span. Not to mention Andreas Janssen, who has been one of the Marlies' best players in their current playoff run and might make the NHL next season. The lesson we learned here, not that it's the be-all end-all, is that Rookie of the Year in Sweden means something. This regarding Borgman on sportsnet.ca I found fascinating. Despite being a highly touted commodity today at age 21, Borgman went undrafted when he was eligible in 2013. He played his junior hockey in the Teamer IK system and finished his J20 Super Elite career with 13 goals, 33 assists, and 166 penalty minutes in 79 games. That year, he was ranked 36th by NHL Central Scouting among international skaters, but all 30 teams passed over him. No! Passed him over. I was so close. And this is kind of where signings like this excite me. If nothing else, Leafs Nation is built on dreamers. For the longest time, we were kings and queens of HF boards, and we still are, coming up with all kinds of ridiculous trades, pie-in-the-sky ideas to make the Leafs better. We're gonna get Brandon Shanahan and Mike Babcock and Lou Lamoriello and then a big analytics department, and we're gonna take over the world. And all of a sudden, those things became a reality. Now, what do the Leafs have that a lot of other teams don't? Money! Oh, Steve, other teams have money. Yeah, well, the Leafs got more of it, okay? If any team is going to scour the entire planet looking for the best hockey players on this rock in space, if any team is going to outbid another team who happens to have discovered one of these coveted players, if there is any team who is going to scout better, any team who is going to exploit a market inefficiency, you would think it would be the Leafs. And for the longest time, no, that wasn't the case. We get big guy! It's a bold strategy, but what if big guy not good? Here's what I probably think happens. Scouts go to these games, they watch these players, and they go, I think this guy's a player. They look at the numbers, and the numbers confirm what the eyes see. Yeah, this guy's a player. Leafs want to sign him, and they go, Mike, I think we got a player. Mike says, all right, I'll go on over to France and see if we got ourselves a player. He sees them play, realizes, yeah, I do have a player here, and then they sign that player. He would have definitely noticed that with Calle Rosen of Team Sweden at the IIHF World Hockey Championship, which brings us back along the trail of breadcrumbs that I left earlier, his teammate. So there have been rumors going on around these World Hockey Championships. Well, it's not rumors. They were started by Babcock basically saying, yeah, I'm going to sign some guys. Well, we're going to sign some guys. I'm just a coach. Calle Rosen, like, worst kept secret. Everyone knew about that for a long time. They were talking about. Andreas Borgman was a bit of a surprise. That kind of came out of nowhere. The one we have not heard yet Calle Rosen's teammate from Sweden, Philip Holm. According to TheLeafsNation.com, who says, according to Aftonbladet from Sweden, Holm is going to sign with the Leafs. And if you're like, that name does seem familiar, there was a game in particular where William Nylander and Philip Holm combined to be monsters for Sweden, basically just toying with their food and munching up the competition. Philip Holm, by the way, if the Leafs were to be interested in him, a left-shooting 25-year-old defenseman. And remember I said Calle Rosen was second on his team in defensive scoring? Holm was first. I like that the Leafs are doing this, and I'm interested to see if it pays off, and here's why. I've had the opportunity to watch a lot of hockey that wasn't the NHL. If you ever watch like a Swedish game, or if you watch a game in the KHL, yeah, those guys aren't NHL players, literally, because they're not in the NHL. But when I watch the best ones on their team or in the league, I go, there's no way these guys aren't good enough for the show. Sometimes they want to stay close to home, sometimes it's a better payday to stay there, sometimes it's a combination of both. Even if you have the opportunity to make the NHL, but you have to start in the AHL first, I could just stay home. But the Leafs look like a young, exciting, up-and-coming team to be a part of. Their AHL team plays just down the road from where the NHL team plays. Why not give it a shot if you're interested? Were these good signings? I don't know. Only time will tell. But I am excited. The even more exciting part is it sounds like they might not be done yet. So, what do you think of these signings? I highly, highly recommend you check out at least a couple of the links down below. They give you a little bit more information on Calle Rosen and Andreas Borgman. I didn't get into all that information because, well, I want you to read those things. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Go ahead back to playoff hockey if you want. And by that, I mean the Marlies. They play Game 7.